as I've mentioned in previous videos, and I've touched on it a little bit already, sometimes you record your audio or your project somewhere else, somewhere comfortable, maybe in your home studio, maybe you got somewhere that you work with, maybe you've recorded overseas and you've got the files, or they've been sitting around for a while and you're finally ready to finish it. Whatever the case may be, often we get given files, we get brought files, separate files, and we need to mix and master them. So I'm just going to go over a couple of red flags, a couple of things to look out for when we're doing mix and mastering. Guys, there's nothing wrong with recording in your own studio. There's nothing wrong with recording elsewhere and coming to us for mix and mastering. We're happy to work with you. We always want the best quality, for anyone. So let's just get into it. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is what a good separate projects looks like. So like what the files actually look like. Here is a great example of good separates. These, as you can see, the first thing you notice is that the files extend from the beginning of the song to the end of the song, regardless of where the audio actually comes in. So if you take a look here, for example, this piece of audio here only starts on 15 seconds, but there's pure silence in the audio before, and that's very important because when we import the audio, it puts everything in the right place. And I'm going to give you an example of what it looks like if we get given the incorrect files. But for now, let's take a listen to this beat. This is a beat that was made for P.S. Quint. He produced this in America. The beat was then finished and he wanted to come and have it mixed over here. He recorded in America as well, but he didn't have time to finish it there. So he brought all the separates to us. We were given 2 bunches of separates, one for the beat, one for the vocals. This project is mixing the beat, and we're going to show you the full project afterwards that includes the vocals. One thing just to bear in mind, guys, it's very basic, but the reason why you want us to have separates is because if you give me one song or one beat and in that file you say, oh, please make the snare louder or please make the piano louder, we can't do that. We can only do that if we have the separate individual files, which is how this looks over here. Right, so I'm just going to play this beat. So as you can see, all these files, all these sounds aren't playing yet. Right. As you can hear, it sounds pretty cool. I'm going to quickly show you guys what this will sound like if I switch all of these things off. So these are all the effects we've put on, all the plugins, all the processes. If I was to just switch it right there, play it again. First thing you notice is the volume. Compressors make things louder without distorting it. There's a wider spread, there's EQ, there's space, things sound clearer, it's punchier. Look, the original beat was pretty good as well. It was made by a professional, great producer in America. However, the mixing just makes it a little bit better. And guys, that's what mixing is. Let's say down the line, the artist decides, oh no, I'd rather that the kick was out. We're able to remove that. We're able to replace it. We're able to do all these things because we have the correct separates. Let me move over to what happened next, which is the same project. Now that the beat was mixed, we then imported that beat into a new project where we recorded the vocals. Oh, sorry, we didn't record the vocals. We mixed the vocals. We were provided with the vocal separates. We're going to have to clap. Pause, delete that completely, no pause. I don't have the fucking project. It's on the other computer. So last that, we're now going to move over to a different project. Okay, hang on. Okay, guys. So that project was just the beat. The vocals were done in a different project. I'm now going to show you guys what a project with vocals looks like, right? So this is a different artist. Right, as you can see, very similar things to look out for. Here we go. Lots of silence. All the things seem to start at 0. If you just pay attention over here, you'll see there's lots of silence here. This would have been silent, I've obviously just cut it. Here's a good example here. And this is all correct. The beat is here. This is a beat that was already mixed. So for this project, we were just doing the vocals. So I can press play, let you hear how that
sounds. Look, I told my haters I would make it, but they never believed me. They said I'd never get no cash if I lived on my knees, G. So I pray for the day I get mine. Lord knows I'll get mine. Produce for a while, I dance for a while. Got my name on posters, now let's grind. I ain't trying to ya papa. Just got paid a kuna matata. Girls want me like Mr. Ball. Got no time to pata. Shout out Mama Yvonne. Talk to my diva, y'all are legends. These rappers out here just yapping. I'm trying to educate our nation. That's why my show sold out, my tapes sold.
Right, really cool track. I would just like to show you guys.
Lord knows I get mine. Produce for a while, I dance for a while. Got my name on posters, now let's grind.
So this is what the vocals sound like, completely dry.
Just got paid a kuna matata. Girls want me like Mr. Ball. Got no time to pata. Shout out Mama Yvonne. Talk to my diva, y'all are legends.
So as you can hear, as I switched all the plugins on, you hear a little bit more clarity, you hear a little bit more space, a little bit more volume sometimes, a couple of effects here and there. And most importantly, I think this is where I'm going to bring to my next point. When you are providing an engineer with separates, you want to keep any creative stuff on the vocals and any technical stuff off the vocals. So leave the technical stuff to us, you know, things like auto tune, things like compressors, things like EQ. That's technical stuff. You should leave it on, leave it off so that we can do it. You don't want to be compressing something twice or putting EQ on something twice. If it's something that's creative, you know, a delay unit or auto tune that's done in a creative way, like for an effect, keep it on, give it to us like that so we know exactly how you want it to sound. This is an example. However, I'm going to take this back and show you guys what the same project, when it was given to us incorrectly, looks like. And this is something now, the first very big red flag. If you go into your DAW and you look at when you are producing the track or recording your own track, I can open up any of these projects here. I'll just show you literally any of these projects. In here you get a bunch of audio files. You'll see it'll be a lot of small files, very different sizes, 42, 3, 180 kilobytes here. As you see, as I go down, these are all very small files, and a lot of people get confused. They think that these are the separate audio files that we need to mix and master track, but these aren't. These little files are the tiny little clips that make up an entire track. So if I go back quickly to this project here, the correct project, I can show you that once you get an audio file like this, if you were to make any clip or take that and move it over there, this now individual audio clip will be saved in the clip list over there, as well as in the audio files, just like this. And that would obviously, this audio piece, as you can see, it starts at it doesn't start at 0, even though it starts at 32 seconds. If you give that to an engineer to import into their own project, it will obviously bring it in at the beginning, and they'll have no idea where it goes. Let me show you what this looks like if you give it to someone like us. Open up there. It's perfect. Right. This is an example of the exact same song that I just played you that was given to us at first, which was incorrect. The beat was there. The beat was fine because that's one long beat. But all of these audio files were given to us just like this. Right, so those are each individual recording and audio clip for the entire project. However, we had no idea where they were supposed to be. Obviously, it sounds like a complete mess. Very important if you're exporting separates for someone to go online, learn how your DAW deals with separates. If you're in Cubase, it's batch audio export. If you're in FL Studio, it's split mixer tracks. There's a way to do it in all DAWs. Most DAWs can do it in one click, actually, where you can get all the separates in one export process, so you don't have to go in one by one solo it. However, even if you do have to go one by one, it's important to do it to give engineers like us individual files. You don't want to give someone something like this. We're going to send you right back. Also, another thing I'd like to point out, don't give us project files. Some people think that we can work with project files. If we're using Pro Tools and you're using FL Studio, don't give us an FL Studio project file on a flash drive. We're not going to be able to open it. We don't use FL Studio. Even if you give us a Pro Tools project file and we use Pro Tools, we need to have the exact same plugins and the exact same directories with the exact same effects. The chances are very low that we're going to be able to even access it. Often there's sample rate issues and hardware issues and stuff. Separates are the way to go when it comes to mixing and mastering, or giving files to someone for mixing. Once the project has been mixed, so let me open up this one here. Once the project has been mixed, so once you're happy with the balance and the levels and the effects and whatnot of a track, it then needs to be mastered. Mastering is the final touch. It's when a collective track, a full track, is made louder. Nothing's changed within the actual balance and the makeup of the song, but the entirety of the song is made louder, wider, fuller, and mastered. Guys, I'm going to do another video to explain what mastering is and the difference between mixing and mastering. But for now, I just want to explain that if you say you want someone to master your track, it means you're going to be giving them a track that you're already happy with from a mix point of view. You just want it to be louder, fuller, and playable on all formats, like radio, Spotify, the car, whatever. However, if you say to someone you want them to mix a track for you, that's where you're going to go into the track and change the balance and change the volumes. Once this track has been finished, we then create a master channel, and you get something that looks a little bit like this. This is a limiter, another limiter. You'll see things like the and out ceiling thresholds, things like that. I'm not going to teach you guys how to master. I'm just going to explain what it is in the next video. But for now, that's what we need when we're doing mixing and mastering. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comments. Let us know, or any feedback. Otherwise, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, Kosher Recording Studios, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to check out more videos, keep an eye for them. In the meantime, enjoy and keep making good music.